My name is Tammy Swift, and I'm a feature writer, columnist at the Forum. Yes, I actually interned at the Forum many moons ago, and I won't tell you when that was.
Okay.
And then I also worked here from 1994 to 2001, and I left and I worked in PR, and I came back in 2008.
But you kept writing your column throughout.
I always wrote my column.
Okay.
That was the one. It's probably one of the more creative parts of my job, and I get to just sort of have fun with it. So yeah, I definitely love column writing. I think even if you just look at my columns, you can probably tell it's just my life. It's just like recently I went home for a family reunion, and I mean that's just rife with column fodder. To find universal bonds. I'm trying to find, when I write about how my sisters and I haven't lived together for 20 years, and yet we all show up dressed in the same shoes, and then we realize that it came from my mother's many rules of how to dress. There is always going to be a family out there that's like, wow, we do that too. So I mean, I think it's just what makes us human is what I find funny.
Everybody, why do you think what makes your column interesting, that people are interested in, Tammy and what goes on with you?
I have no idea. I really don't. I mean, when I was growing up, I always read Irma Bombeck, and I loved how she took everyday things and saw the humor in them. And I think I always sort of strive to do that too. I just sort of trained to do that, and I think at an early age I realized that it was okay to admit foibles and to admit that I'm not perfect, and that people actually can really relate to that, and that gives them permission to not have to pretend like everything's perfect and that they do everything perfectly. I like quiet things. I'm not super social anymore. I used to be when I was younger, but like I take my dogs for walks, and I spend a lot of time on the couch and call friends and go out for dinner, go to movies. So nothing really dramatic. I can't say that I'm, learning how to skydive in my spare time. I love to especially bake. I always have, and nothing makes people happier than when you bring them sweets. And so
I've been on the receiving end of that.
Yes, you have.
Of that talent many times.
Coconut cake on occasion.
That's right.
And I love to bake, and I love the precision of it for some reason. I think it, the OCD part of my nature, love big, old movie buff. And so I would say one of my favorite movies is All About Eve, which is an old Betty Davis movie. And another one would be Sunset Boulevard, which are, there are these just really well-written 50s movies with these very over-the-top actresses, and there's just a part of me that loves that. So I love any reality TV where you actually have to have some kind of talent versus just Big Brother, where you're just. I love Mad Men, and am anxiously awaiting the new season. And I've sort of gotten into of course, The Simpsons, which is just all-around great writing.
Yeah, I believe that you have a poster on at your desk of Ralphie.
Yeah, things that Ralphie Wiggum is thinking. Yes, and as you can imagine, they are very deep philosophical thoughts.
Right.
And
much like the ideas we used to exchange around the feature.
Yes,
right.
yeah, exactly. For a while, I wanted to be an elementary school teacher, which may seem odd. For a while I actually thought of being a commercial artist. My mom's an artist, and I love drawing and that sort of thing. But it became more computer-based while I was in school, and at that point I was hoping computers were just a passing fad. No, I'm just kidding. Or I'd like to run a bakery. So, just a cute little bakery where I don't have to get up before 11. So yeah, it would be a night owl bakery.